Hello, everybody. Kelly Atchison at AStampAbove.com coming to you live from Menasha, Wisconsin. Oh, it's hot in Marshfield, Kathy says. It is hot in Menasha, too. Don't kid yourself. I think it's like hot all over the country today, maybe. It was 93 here today. What? So very hot. Yeah, I've got my hair up. Steve broke down and turned on the air. I did not, but I'm grateful. Hello, Utah, Louisiana, Ohio is steamy. We have New Jersey, Kansas, lots of Wisconsin, Missouri, Marquette, Michigan, Oklahoma. Hello, Sharon, Crystal, Sarah, Joan, Margaret, Susan, Jean, Linda. Holy cow. We have a whole bunch of you in tonight. Cheryl says it is 92 in Colorado. It is just like I like it out there. Like, it is so hot. You walk outside, you just start wilting. I know, I'm crazy. I know, you don't have to tell me twice. But I'm grateful that we have air because we had a really busy weekend. We had a graduation party for Andy on Friday night. Hi, Haley. That was super fun. We didn't have a party. We went to her graduation party. Her other grandparents threw her a party. And it was just so fun. It was so good to see everybody. We haven't seen them in a long time. The food was fantastic. If you guys are on Facebook, you know, on my business page today, which is AStampAbove - your creative coach on Facebook, I shared a little video of her table that was set up and also shared some pictures that we took while we were there. It was just so fun and she was beaming, and I just can't wait to see what this girl does with the next chapter of her life. She wants to be a broadcast reporter, preferably, I'm sure, football, but she is headed for North Dakota State University this fall. And it's a great program they have there. And we know people there. Dina's son, Carl, goes there. So that's exciting. There's also some other kids that go there that we know. So she got to go for freshman orientation and meet her new roommates in person. She said they were both super nice, got to meet their parents. One of them is from Fargo. So they said, don't worry if these kids need anything, we're right here and we can help them out. Yeah, right? So we're really excited about that. I have some really fun cards for you tonight. We are going to be using the Grow with Love again. I told you guys that as long as that stayed in the store, that I had several cards I created with it that I was going to share with you. I also have a super fun card with the Sweet Jar bundle. I hadn't used that much yet, so I'm excited to be bringing that to you. And what else did I make? I don't even know, but we'll fit. Oh, 4th of July. I think you're going to love this one. So it is Bonnie. It's such an exciting time for her, and she is so excited about starting college. So she's an exceptional student, a straight A student. She's a smart, smart girl. So I know she's going to do well. I just hope that it is everything she hopes it will be, right? It's always fun to get out on your own, right? Kind of. Well, it is. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Okay, so besides the graduation party on Friday, Steve and I headed over to Wapaka, which is, I don't know, like 40 minutes from here, to a wedding. My good friend and team member, Kathy Miller's daughter, got married yesterday. So that was really fun and exciting. The whole thing was at this outdoor camp that has kind of turned into a wedding venue. So we got to walk through the woods and across a little footbridge. Well, it was a long footbridge. And the ceremony was held in the woods. There were chairs for everybody. It was really hot, but we were fine. And then afterwards, there was an outdoor dinner, which was delightful. So good. And then a dance reception, and dance was indoors. So that was good because it was super, super, super hot. Yeah. And Haley said she is finished with school. She had 2 weeks with her babies so far for summer. She's been having a lot of fun. And she said her nervous system has recovered from being asked 500 questions a day, and she is feeling like her best self. She told me the other day that now she's only down to 200 questions a day because, Dawson Val. So the wedding was really fun. And today I went for my walk at the nature preserve and then watered all my flowers because they were looking a little wilty. Even though I watered them yesterday, it's super hot here. And then I came right upstairs and started redoing my class for tonight. What's that all about, Kelly? Well, I had to make some swap cards last week. And so those are new products coming out July 1st. We have brand new online exclusives coming out. So I don't want to share those quite yet. Probably next week or so. And so I also had made a graduation card for Andy that is absolutely beautiful. And I turned that into a swap card. So I wanted to share that with you, except the product has been so popular, it is back ordered until the end of July. So that one's going to have to wait. So today I woke up to a whole new content for tonight, except for my Grow with Love. I had those done. So I have some really cool stuff to share tonight. What else? John report. I saw John and his wife leave today. That's all I've got. They've been rather boring. They're not providing us with a lot of content. But I went to the pool this week with Haley and Val and Dawson. I met them there. That was really fun. And we've just been having fun. We've been having summer fun. So tomorrow I'm taking them on a little outing. That is a surprise. And we are going to have so much fun. I told Haley, Monday, we're going on a surprise. I've got a whole surprise for us, and we're going to go just have a blast because it's going to be super hot out. Can you imagine that? Maybe it might involve some water. I'm not giving up any details because Val is probably watching. So not giving up details, but we're going to have a blast tomorrow. Okay. I have prizes to give away. Last week on my live, we had so many comments. You guys, thank you so much for your comments. That really pushes me up in the whole algorithm of the internet magical world, and I so appreciate it. So if you're new coming on here, please leave a comment. I'm reading Nancy's. Oh, Nancy's responding to Luann. Please leave a comment. You can just say hello. You can tell us where you're coming from. You can tell us what the temperature is, where you're at today. But we always appreciate the comments. So for commenting on the last live that I did last Sunday, I drew names and we have a winner. I have the festive pearls that I'm going to be giving away. There's some red ones under this flap too. So there's 4 different colors. We've got red and almost cloud cover, you guys. These are pretty cloud covery. They can also be pool party silver and gold, little tiny pearls that are beautiful. These are going out to Kelly Leonard in Oregon. Kelly, I do not have your address. So when you see this, please email me your address. My email address is Kelly, Kelly, at AStampAbove.com. And great Kelly name. Her Kelly is with an I. I am with a Y. Why? I don't know. Okay. That was corny. That was kind of like a dad joke, but I'm a mom and a granny. Okay, so Kelly Leonard of Oregon, please email me your address. Those will be on their way to you. I have an envelope ready to rock here, so you let me know. Let me make sure I keep this sticker on there. Next up, for sharing my video. Whether you see and notice that I'm going to be live out on Facebook or you're here tonight, whether you're live or watching the replay, please share this video. Underneath the video, someplace there is a button to share. And when you click on that, it'll ask you, where do you want to share it to? Facebook is a great place. Instagram is a great place. Any shares are greatly appreciated. And for sharing last week, I have the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder. Let me move that up there so you can see it good. This is fantastic. And you know what? I thought this would go great with you guys. The new Sunrise Sailing Bundle that I featured last week. Oh my gosh. Who is the best granny? Me? Thanks, Haley. She's a little biased. I'm taking her on a surprise tomorrow, so I better be the best, right? Anyways, for sharing last week's video or announcement for a video, we have April Roskin from Hanover, New Mexico. April, you're going to get this in the mail. I do have your address. I want to shout out to Donna Manning. Donna shared this with us. She had an extra one. So we are so grateful to you, Donna. Thank you so much. And April is also going to be very grateful to you. Okay, next up, let me keep this together. I'm going to put this right in the envelope because I have it ready to rock for tomorrow's mail. Next up, everybody who places an order with me, and you guys know I really appreciate your orders. They are what pay my bills and keep me in business with all these free videos. I have the Of Art and Texture stamp set. This is a really neat little element stamp for your backgrounds. I love these kind of stamps. For placing an order in the last week, everybody went into a drawing. Barbara Beck of Appleton, Wisconsin. This is going to be on its way to you. Congratulations. Thank you guys all for your comments, your shares, and your orders. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I am going to get this in the envelope for Barbara so that can get in the mail tomorrow. I want to be on top of my game, right? And that also was from Donna Manning. Donna, thank you so much for your generous sharing of these brand new products going out. So the other thing that I wanted to comment on, as I was looking back to see if I had missed any questions, sometimes I do have time to do that. I like to kind of go through and answer questions if possible, thank people for the shares and so on and so forth. From my video last week, I had Nanette Verhagen asked if I could tell her which greenhouses I go to over by my mom's house. My mom lives right in the middle of Wisconsin in Clark County, Nilsville area. So Nanette, if you watch this video, I love Weavers. They are a tiny little Amish greenhouse. They don't accept credit cards. You have to bring cash or a check. They'll take your check. I couldn't go there the first time I was at my mom's house because I only had $20 cash on me and didn't have a checkbook. But this last time, I dropped some cash. So I made sure I had enough money to go shop at Weavers. But when you're on Highway G, I'm assuming she's from the area someplace there. When you're on Highway G, you're going to see a sign to go to Reif's, R-E-I-F or R-E-I-F to the right. Weavers is to the left, and it's right down the road on the right-hand side. So I'm glad that I saw your question about that. Always happy to help you out spending money on flowers because flowers bring much happiness. I know mine do. Okay. This I'm going to put back over here so I don't lose it. And I'm just looking to see if I missed any comments here. Sorry about your water problems, Shelby. That's never fun. Cynthia says it's 91 there in West Virginia. Yep. I was looking at my phone for my temperatures. I like to go to, I have a bunch of places saved in there that I have visited. And I always kind of look to see what the temperature is in various places. My cousin lives in Phoenix. And so I wanted to see how hot it was in Phoenix today. We were actually hotter here than Phoenix, Arizona. And I can see that Menasha is still at 89 degrees. Phoenix right now is, I should say yesterday we were hotter. Right now it's 96 there. But I like to look at all the places. Athens, Greece, it's only 68 degrees there right now. Phuket, Thailand, it's only 81 there. Fiji, a balmy 72. So all of these places that I have visited, I keep them on my phone, and I just think it's really fun to see what the temperature, what the weather is there. It shows you it's cloudy, it's sunny, it's raining. I don't know, maybe it's just weird, but I think it's fun. So hang on, I gotta write myself a little note here. I think we're ready to stamp. Don't forget, if you are new to me and you would like a catalog, I would be happy to send you one. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn that spot in your life. All you have to do is pop me an email at Kelly, Kelly, at AStampAbove.com, and please make sure you include your address. And I will be happy to send you a catalog. Our catalogs are fabulous. There's tons of ideas in there for stamping. Okay, let's see if I can transition over to my desktop very easily. Let me check out those comments again first. Fargo, where did that go? Fargo had a bad storm. I just barely caught that. Where did that go? There it is. Fargo had a bad storm Friday night. I heard there were some storms. So Philadelphia is supposed to hit 100 tomorrow. Yeah, that's hot. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me move some things around. I don't want to spoil the surprise right away. That would be horrible. So hang tight. I'm going to get some things out here. Oh, I have to do 2 envelopes because I didn't make an envelope for my scrap here. I mean, not my scrap. Who makes an envelope for a scrap? For my sample. So, okay, we're going to flip. Hang tight. This is pretty seamless. I remembered to add myself to the stage. Doesn't it seem really dark over here? Where's my hand? Oh, no, right here. It's really dark right here. There we go. That's weird. Okay, you guys can see everything okay. I think we're good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lori, for saying congratulations to the winner and everybody else that congratulated the winners. That's always fun, right? Okay, so let me show you what we're playing with here. Now, for the 3rd week in a row, I am working with the Grow with Love bundle. This is on the last chance list. We have basil, rosemary, mint, and thyme, as well as some really nice little greetings and a label, an outside label stamp to go with the label that is in the dies that I don't really see here. So that concerns me. So, oh, I think there might be 2 sheets. Yeah, there is 2 sheets. So we've got all these fantastic dies here. I'm going to show you another element of this bundle. And then I'll show you the cards that I made in the last 2 weeks too. Because of course, ideas, right? We want lots of ideas. So I'm going to be using a cherry cobbler ink pad with this, as well as some of our basic rhinestones. I've got a little bit of tear and tape, our linen thread, the Timeless Plaid 6x6 designer series paper. You guys, this is fantastic masculine paper. I'm going to use it. I think it goes great with this Grow with Love too, which really isn't a masculine card. But there's just some really fun plaid patterns in here. And I had a lot of fun going through and choosing what I was going to use tonight. So let's get right to our card. We have a crumb cake card base that is 5.5 by 8.5. Linda said she has this bundle, but she hasn't used it yet. Well, Linda, you're going to have lots of ideas for this. We're going to do some scoring on there. I almost just folded this in half, but we're going to do some scoring. Then I have a piece of cherry cobbler that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's a little different, right? An inside piece of white, 4 by 5 1/4. I think this is a scrap. Yep, this is a white, basic white scrap. Then I've got another piece of cherry cobbler that's 2 by 5 3/8. This is an easy little fun fold. And this particular designer series paper, and this is 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, let's do our scoring first. I usually do that first. That works out pretty good for me. Oh, and a scrap of cherry cobbler. All right, paper trimmer. We are going to score our card base. I don't even know at what. Oh, I don't think we're going to score it. Hang on. I was wrong. I didn't write my score measurements down because we're just going to fold it. We're going to fold it in half. This is very easy. And then we're going to fold it back right up to the edge. And because we've cut our cardstock at 5.5 by 8.5, you don't necessarily need score lines. When you cut it for a tall card, you need a score line because your paper grain does not work well when you just fold it without a score line. I hope that makes sense. So here we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our stamping first. So I'm going to bring in a Stampin' Up! Piercing mat. I like to use this, especially for videos because it doesn't give you a glare. I use my glass mat otherwise, which I really love, but I don't like the glare in the videos. And I've got just a half a sheet of printer weight paper here. So cherry cobbler ink. Oh, did I tell you guys we're going to use the Misty Moonlight 1/4 inch starter ribbon pack. And this comes with white and Misty Moonlight. I forgot to tell you that. Okay, let me grab my stamps here. I know that I'm going to need this little feathery rosemary. I think I told you guys that I planted a bunch of herbs outside in one of my planters so that I can have some nice fresh herbs when I go to cook some things. Okay, I see that I didn't get out. Oh, I'm using one of the sentiments from Unbounded Love. I love this stamp set. I'm going to use the one that says, "You're a true blessing." Let me grab a block from my drawer of happy blocks. Okay, there we go. We've got this. We're good. We're ready to roll. So I'm going to take the inside of my card base and I'm going to ink up the rosemary. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that down here without the words. Oh, look what I did. That's why we have two pieces of card, or two sides to every piece of cardstock. Let me try that again. There we go. Isn't that a nice image? I love all the images in here. I think they're just really pretty. And then on the inside, I'm going to put "You're a true blessing." And that turned out really good. I was like, oh, did I just get that crooked? Because I already messed up once. We don't need to start a night off like that, right? Then we are going to stamp 3 of our rosemaries. Do you guys cook with rosemary? Is that a thing that you use? Happy block drawer. Bonnie likes that. Happy block drawer. All of my blocks are happy. They're happy when they get to come out and play. Okay, I'm going to stamp that 3 times. I also need a little piece of white. So hang tight because I think I might have forgotten to get out a little piece of white. Let me bring in my little scrap bin. This looks like a good size. And my trimmer. I have to measure. I'm missing my little, oh, nope. Hello, Kelly. It's a die, you guys. I do not have to cut. So we're going to stamp our "Thanks so much." I don't know. I'm going to try this first. I don't know if I need to mask this because all I want is "Thanks so much." Not for your love and care, but I can use that another time. I just want "Thanks so much." And we're going to grab this die. And I think I can cut this out and leave the "For your love and care" right off the bottom. So we got that going on. And then, hang on a second. Get all my little bits out. We're going to use, I'm going to close this up before we have oh, nope. Envelopes. Hello, envelopes. Were you guys yelling that at me behind the scenes? Don't forget to stamp your envelopes. Little rosemary right there. And I need one for my sample card that I made because I didn't do an envelope yet. So we'll do that. Now we'll close this up. We get to get busy with our card. So we have a die that cuts out our rosemary. Doesn't cut out the words, okay? And that's really great for layering because you can stamp this image and then die cut it and pop it up and it looks really cool. And I'll show you that on another card that I made. So we're going to die cut all 3 of these. We are going to die cut this. And from that cherry cobbler scrap, we are also going to die cut these little circles. So we're going to get all of these things die cut. And of course, you guys know that I have already done that because I don't want you to sit here waiting for me to get all of this done. So here's our little rosemaries. Here's our little circle tabs because this particular set of dies comes with 3 different labels, but it comes with this little seed pocket, which is super cool. And so what I wanted to do there was take this plaid. Whoops, let me show it to you. How about that, Kelly? take this plaid. Oh, I see lots of you are sharing and liking. Thank you so much. And Linda uses rosemary in her chicken. No rosemary for Luann. Well, maybe we all need to start using a little more rosemary. Okay, we are going to die cut this out of the 6x6 sheet of the timeless plaid. That's what it's called, right? Timeless plaid, is that right? Yes, I'm right. Timeless plaid. So once we do that, we have this. Don't throw this away because you can still do stuff with this, right? We are frugal. And this gives you all of the score lines. All of the score lines. So this is already scored, already scored, already scored. It's also got a little flap. Okay, that's all scored. So I'm just going to get these edges burnished nicely. I'm going to do this on my table because I want that cushion gone that's under there so I can get it good and crisp. And then, oh, this is the top flap, you guys. This is the bottom flap. Sorry. The top flap is bigger, or you can make it any way you want, but that's the way I'm going to make it. What I'm going to do here is I am going to glue this together, and that's what I had the tear and tape for. I think, well, I want to be safe. Usually glue will work perfectly well on designer series paper. It's more cardstock that likes to pop back open, but I think this will be fine. Keep it really close to your edge that you're going to fold over the last part. And then I'm going to use my take your pick tool. And I'm going to fold this side in and then this side. I want to make sure that that didn't stick on the inside, right? And then I'm going to put a little bit down here at the bottom. When I do these little like seed packets or gift card holders, you know what? I just ran across a seed packet the other day. Let me see if I know what happened to that. Oh, I thought it was in that drawer. Hang on. I found one. Well, I don't know what happened to my seed packet. Darn it, I have lemonade packets. It was in a drawer here the other day. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But seed packets, usually this bottom flap is folded over last. And that's, you know, to keep the seeds in. So if you have friends that you like to share seeds with, like my sister just shared a bunch of seeds with me last time I was at my mom's house. She took them off the flowers last fall, and she gave me some coneflowers, seeds, and something else. But this would be a cute way to share those. But the good part about this is it holds a gift card, and isn't that cool? Your gift cards will go right in here, and I love how easy this is. So what we're going to do here is we are going to decorate this up. So I am going to take my rosemary, and this last one I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. I'm going to grab my minis here just because they're going to be a little handier for the thinner parts on here. And we'll pop those off of there. Oh, let's glue these on first. How about that? Whoops. Let's open our glue. That's a great idea. Yeah, Kelly says she loves that it holds a gift card. I do too. Like I was wondering, I'm like, oh, I need to test this out, right? Because a gift card holder, now it just doubled being fantastic. Not only seed packets, but a gift card holder too. And you can let these kind of go off the sides of your little gift card holder here, or seed packet. Mine's going to be a gift card holder. And then I'm going to pop this one in here so it pops up. And then we're going to glue this. I'm going to put some dimensionals on each end of this, and then it's going to lay on this one rosemary that's popped up. I don't want this to get too, you know, raised up. I guess I've done it before, but anyways, that's what I was kind of thinking of. And we're going to put this right on here. What a great idea. And then we are going to glue our little circle because, you know, like that's cool. These little circles So you could actually tie some twine through here and make a little clasp to close it. I'm not going to go that far, but I just want you to know that that is an option. And so I put it right here. And now as long as I have a couple of them here, why not poke a hole in here? This is a piercing mat, so that's what it's for, so that I know where to put the one on the outside here. And why does that matter? It's just kind of a finishing touch. So just like that. And then I'll redo this hole just to make sure that it's there. Just kind of a nice little finishing touch, right? And now we're ready to make our card. Where did our base go? We've got envelopes. Oh, here it is. Let me grab this. This is going to go on the inside. We'll cover up that little boo-boo. Nobody will know. And then, oh, shoot. Pull it up, Kelly. Pull it up. I got this piece to go in here. Remember, this one was 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. We're going to glue this white piece to that, and that's going to look really cool with this fun fold because you're still going to be able to see that little edge. It's just a tiny little margin there. And now we're going to put this inside our card. I'm glad that I looked at my sample. I made these like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's like, heck, I don't remember what I did. Sometimes I'll look at a card and go, did I design that or did I get that in a swap? Isn't that terrible? Okay. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Now, you decide whether you want the plaid or the checkered side. I'm going to put the checkered side out here. And I'm using that same really small margin that I used on the inside here, just to kind of keep the flow together. And then we're going to put this right on our front panel. I love these colors together. I always love cherry cobbler with crumb cake. I just think it's kind of old-fashioned looking, I guess is a good way to put it. And then we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it with some of our linen thread because that kind of goes along with the whole herb look, right? So I'm going to leave enough here so that I can tie a nice bow. And I'm going to twirl this around here 3 times. You get a ton of linen thread on a spool, so don't be afraid to use it. I love the triple look there. Now, because linen thread is so small, most of you guys know this, but somebody might not, you can tie it right in a knot and then work with your bow. And you can't do that with ribbon, right? You can't tie it in a whole knot and then tie a bow. It's too bulky. But with the linen thread and baker's twine, you can do that. And I like being able to now let go of it and tie a nice bow. It took me a while to figure that out. I don't know why. I'm usually not that slow, but there we go. That adds some real charm there. And now we're going to take this and we're going to put it on our card. It's going to cover up this little thing that's kind of showing out here. So I need to kind of, I don't want to put it on here straight. I want it at an angle. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to hold kind of my hand right here. And we're going to just put some glue over there. Make sure that I did it the right way. You don't want it to stick to the inside. And I'm just going to kind of do this, hold it in place a little bit, give it a second, right, to get a hold of it. Here comes our gift card, which happens to be almost the same color as our cards. I thought that was cool. I've got a whole pile of gift cards that I use for sharing like this. And then, but wait, there's more. Oh, we're not using the blue this week. We're using it next week, you guys. Sorry about that. I'm like, why didn't I show them that? Well, because, Kelly, you're not actually using that today. And now I'm just going to add a bunch of these cute little rhinestones. You get a gazillion of them in a pack. Let me tell you how many. 140 of these in a pack. Go ahead and use them. They just add that little bit of bling bling to make our card extra special. Let's see. Do I want to go up there? I think I'll go down here. There we go. I've got 5 of them on here. And where did our ember? Here's our rosemary. Whoops, get that little dimensional backing off of there. Okay, it doesn't want to come off. Here is our card. Easy card, easy little fun fold. I love easy ones too. I like the complicated ones too because they're challenging, but the easy ones are great also. Let me move all these things and I'll show you the other cards that I've already shared on here for maybe some of you who missed it. You can always go back to my blog, you guys, and find all the cards that I make on my Sunday Night Live. And wait, oh, I'm like trying to move my mouse pad, but it's not working. And now it is. Okay, so that's my blog address right there. You can always find the cards that I make with the dimensions most of the time on there. So here's our crumb cake and cherry cobbler. Here is the card. I believe we made this one last week, and isn't this pretty? Oh my gosh. This designer series paper is from, what's that paper called? Beautiful Journey, I believe. Beautiful Gallery. Is it Beautiful Gallery? You know how I can find out? I can quickly go right to my blog, and it's going to be on there, and I will be able to tell you. It has all the ingredients that I use to make these cards. It is called Beautiful Gallery. Yay me. So that was the card with the damask folder. That damask folder is on back order. It's been super popular, but that's the paper that matched here. So pretty. And then we have this one. This was, by the way, thyme, and this is basil. And it says Octimum Bacillium, blah, blah, blah. But that uses the label. That uses the label. Oh, remember when I said it doesn't cut out the words, but you can cut out the image and stamp the words and then pop the image up like that? That's what I did. I stamped that underneath there. And then here we did a little collage background with cloud cover and secret sea, and then the secret sea ribbon. Isn't it just, the images are so bold and pretty. Okay, so we've got, here we go. Grow with Love, with the Beautiful Journey paper, with no designer series paper, and with the Timeless Plaid designer series paper. So you can see that this whole bundle goes with a whole bunch of different options to look great. Okay, hang tight, and I will get, and Unbounded Love. Lots of great sentiments in there. I just wanted you to know where that came from. Next up, I think we need to do a 4th of July card. And I could have done this a little sooner. I was thinking today as I was working on this, like, I should have done this a couple weeks ago. But it just, sometimes things just don't dawn on me like they should. Do you guys ever have that, like, hello, what is our next holiday? 4th of July, which is one of my favorites. It was my dad's birthday on July 1st. It's Haley's birthday on July 1st. It is my anniversary on July 4th. It's my birthday on July 7th. It is my brother's birthday in July. And now that I said that, I can't remember exactly the day. I think on maybe the 17th. I don't know. I'll have to look at my calendar. That's really weird that I can't remember that because I've known that all these years. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, we have a lot of things going on in July. Lots of things. Okay, so brand new to me, you guys. Hang on, let me hide that. I'll bring my comments back in so I can see what's going on. Thank you guys so much for all the kind comments. Sue said I would write a personal note and put it in the envelope. That's a great idea. You don't have to use it as a gift card holder. You don't have to include any money, right? You can do some really neat things with things in that pocket. So, okay, round we go. Who has this round we go stamp set? So I just finally got to use this, and this is not the last thing you're going to see me make with this because there are so many really, really pretty, fun things you can do with this. This is a bundle, and you can make medallions or rosettes. I used to have one hanging in here someplace, but I believe that it is gone. I made them for Haley's baby shower. I made little like when you get a ribbon at the county fair and it's round and it has the little things on the outside of it and the little ribbons hanging down. I made those for Haley's baby shower, and I put grandma in them, great grandma, mother of, mom, mother-in-law, aunt, cousin for the family. And it was really cute and fun. But these are good for so many things. I'm also bringing in this particular die. Let me move all these. I have some saved in here that I didn't use yet. So I was goofing around with it. Oh, there's lots of fun things you can do. So I actually die cut a circle. This one is only one pass through the die cutting machine. This is called Pattern of Friendship die. So it does this, but you can take it and run it through. You can run it through like this, stripes, and then you can run it again like this and get plaid. So I did it once here. This, I took my cardstock, instead of making stripes, I made them diagonal. So that's diagonal. And then here is plaid. That's really fun. And then I punched a circle out of it, thinking I was going to do something with that. And then I changed my whole plan, not for this card, but for a different one. So I've got all of these in here in the Pattern of Friendship die. So we're going to use this for our 4th of July card. And of course, you can use the layout that I'm going to use for my 4th of July card for any kind of card. It doesn't have to be 4th of July. I also decided it'd be fun to have some letters, so I brought out my mini alphabet dies. And I'm going to use the Celebrate from the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder and die set. So this tonight, you guys, is going to be your $1 million card. I hope that you have some of these things or something similar so you can create one like this. But if you don't, you know where my store is, right? There's a shameless plug. Okay, here comes. Oh, and I've got rhinestones again, but I might use these. These are the Drucy adhesive backed embellishments. I don't know what Drucy means, but it's almost like drooly, and these are pretty enough to be drooly. So I don't know what Drucy means. That's a very strange word, don't you think? It's a little weird. Okay. I have all of my bits and pieces here. So, of course, we're going to be red, white, and blue. Deb said she finished her 4th of July cards yesterday. Good for you, Deb. That's exciting. Linda's daughter's birthday is on the 4th of July. That's exciting. Deidre used the Round We Go bundle for 4th of July treat box and the small flower, round flower looking die as a firework. Yeah, these are very, where did it go? These are very cool. So when I pulled this out, one of the things that I was really excited about is, hello, we have a scallop circle in here that you can use for a million different things. And also, what did they call that punch that we had? I can't remember, but it was this with the jaggedy edges. What was that called, you guys? I was trying to think of it earlier and I can't remember. We have that. We have some little circles. There's all kinds of very fun things in here. Like I said, tonight we're making 4th of July card, but I will bring this back maybe even, I don't know, next week and show you some other ideas with it, because when I started digging around, holy cow, it's a lot of fun. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. Hang on. Scallop. No, it wasn't a scalloped punch. It was something else, Judy. That's close. Nope, not sawtooth. We used it all the time. Barb, Dean, and I, for our online classes, we absolutely loved it. Okay, our card base is basic white, thick. This is 4 1/4 by 11. I've already scored it at Starburst. Margine got it. It was the Starburst punch. Yes, that's what this, with the pointy ends is. It's a Starburst. Rick Rack is one of my favorites, Judy. Yeah, I love Rick Rack too. Okay, getting this. Apparently I didn't score it very good because it wasn't even at the bottom, but you can always kind of force it into place, you guys. And then, you guys ever see me turn my cards over? Why do I do that? Well, I am notorious for cutting just a sliver not even. And you can see that this is sticking out a little bit. So I don't want this to be the front of my card. I could put it back in my trimmer and cut that off, but why bother? When I turn this over, the sides meet perfectly. So this is going to be my front. Nobody's going to notice that tiny little sliver that is off on this side. Does that make sense? That's why I do that. Okay, we have basic white thick. Then we have, was it a starburst or a sunburst? I think it was a starburst, but now I'm not sure. Sharon, thanks for bringing in that uncertainty. I'm just kidding. I think it was starburst. Anyways, daisy punches work great too. They do, Trudy. This piece is real red. I'm just looking here. We've got real red and night of navy, red, white, and blue. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I didn't even write any dimensions down here, so that's awesome. I just realized that I have no dimensions. Nope, I didn't. But I just made this today, so I should be okay. This white piece is 3 3/4 by 5. Oh, that's for the inside. That's my inside layer. My inside layer. Let's stamp that right now. We're just gonna stamp it. We've got real red and night of navy ink. And we are going to use real red for our sentiment. There are a bunch of little sentiments in here. And of course, probably the next card that I make, I'm going to use some sentiments from a different set, but there's lots of great ones in here. But you can do so much with this that I will be showing you because it's so fun. All right, Linda, thank you for the like and share. Happy to see you here tonight. I'm going to stamp, this is a 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to stamp my hip, hip, hooray. And then we're going to use our night of navy. Oh, and I need to do my envelopes. So let's do that at the same time. Okay. We're going to use night of navy with these. Oops, look, I just stuck my finger in my ink. Oh, good grief. Hang on. We don't want blotches everywhere. I have my baby wipe here. Get that wiped off. Okay. Night of navy. These are like little fireworks, little confetti type things, and I love them. So we're going to put those on here. We're also going to use them on, our envelope. I already stamped my envelope. I'll show you that in a minute. I don't know why I did that, but there it is. It's done. Okay, let's close these up. We're going to add this to our night of navy layer. Because the inside is white, thick, I just thought it would look really nice with some color added in there, right? I always like to do that. I shouldn't say always. I like to do it frequently. That might be a better statement. Deb says she loves the red, white, and blue cards. And Sharon just confirmed it is called the Starburst Punch. She just went and looked at her punches. Thank you very much for that. Okay, next up, we've got lots of things going on here. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is show you how I made the front of my card. So each one of these panels are going to be 4 inches wide by 1 3/4. So we've got red, white, and blue. And here's what I did, you guys. I'm going to match them up on the left-hand side, and you can see that they're not exactly 4 inches here. Don't worry about it. We're gonna fix that in the end. I'm going to tape these together, butt it up against each other, and I've got the left side over here is even. The right side I don't care about, because what I found as I was making this card that it's hard to cut everything exactly perfectly 4 inches long. So if you just leave them a little bit longer, you can throw it into your paper trimmer and make it perfect. And I definitely wanted my card to be perfect because we all strive for that at some level, right? So here we go. 4 inches. Cut that little bit off there. And now, perfection. Love it. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is after I got these figured out how big they needed to be, and again, they're 1 3/4 inches each, I decided that I wanted to add them to a red layer before I put them on the front of my card. So that means that this is going to have to be cut different. So I took a 1/16 of an inch off this side and a 1/16 of an inch off that side. And I'll bring in my little handy dandy ruler. The 1/16 of an inch is these tiny little marks in between our 1/8 inch increments. So just a little shaver off the top and the bottom is going to make it fit on here. Or not. What happened here? Oh, this. Oh, hang on. This is maybe going to be a little different. This is okay. So let me start over with that. Sorry, you guys. This is not going to be 4 inches. It's going to be 3 7/8. Sorry, 3 7/8. Okay, we're still in good shape here. 3 7/8. And then this needs to have a little shave taken off of it. So I'm going to take a 1/16 off of this end and a 1/16 off of this end, making this 5 1/8. Is that right? Hang on. This was, 5 1/4. Yep. We need it to be 5 1/8. So 1/16 off each end. Or you can do it before you put it together, like this. So 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So now what we're going to do, because I thought, ooh, I want this to be really cool, is we're going to take this embossing plate and we're going to put it face down. The tape is on this side. We're going to put it in here face down. Now it's important that you keep this straight on here. It's going to look really goofy. You don't want your lines to be all kitty wampus, right? There's your redneck term of the night, kitty wampus. So we're going to make sure this stays in place and we're going to run it through our machine. This is just a regular die. So once you do that, we're going to have this. And isn't that fun? I just thought it added some really neat texture. So we can go ahead and glue that right on here. I'm going to make sure that it fits, that I cut it right, because I told you wrong on the last one. And we're going to add this to the front, to our layer, to our red layer. And the red layer is 4 by 5 1/4. And again, all of these dimensions are going to be listed on my blog. It usually takes me a couple hours to get all the coding done so that I can release my blog post, but they'll be on there. Okay, isn't that cool? Okay, now we have some things to do. We have some silver foil. I'm going to use my Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder. I think I used this one last week too. I want the word celebrate, and I know that celebrate is right here. So you're going to bring this in. You are going to add your die cutting plate. It'll snap right into place. I've got a big enough piece here that I'm going to put it right here. So everything, this is face down now on the side that has the Stampin' Up! Logo. It'll snap right into place on that side. We're going to close this up. We're going to run this through our machine. Now, when you run this through your machine, here's your setup. This is just like a 3D embossing folder. You're going to take both your cutting plates out. You're going to take this little platform out, and you're going to use your specialty plate. I've got my hinge here, my specialty plate, and my big platform, and I'm going to run it through my machine. So when you get done with that, you're going to end up with this. Excuse me. So here comes our celebrate in silver. Isn't that fun? That's what I'm going to use. And you could like do a whole sheet in there because silver words are really cool, and, you know, use that for future stuff. Oh boy. Oh, I just thought I lost all my little things here. I also considered doing this in red, but I thought the silver really showed my word a little bit better than the red. So I'll keep this in with all of my other pieces that I've die cut because I might grab it next time. You never know. Okay, now we're going to come in with some other scraps. We've got real red, Night of Navy, and basic white. And we're going to grab our Round We Go dies. I decided to use this one right here. See if I can get it off. There we go. I decided to use this one. And I'm going to die cut red, blue, and white in this little, it's going to be my fireworks. So I've already done that. Here they come. And then I had some more little blue scraps here, but I don't know what happened to them. Let me put this away. We're going to grab our alphabet die. This is the mini alphabet. It's also got these weird symbols. I don't know what they are, but there's parentheses, question mark, the ampersand sign, an exclamation point. We've got all the little numeric number signs, squiggly deals, and quotation marks, which is really cute, right? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take my blue scraps that I seem to have lost, but I'll use these. They're blue. And we're going to die cut USA. So we've got A, U, and some S's. And there's doubles of some of the letters that we use more frequently, like A's and L's and H's. So we're gonna die cut our USA. And I have that right here. This was really fun to make. I was like, oh, what can I do next? What can I pop in here next? Okay, well, you know what? Linda just said to offset the red under the silver, and I did consider that. So I think I am going to do that because that is a very cool idea. So we'll keep them both out here. Okay, great idea. Great idea, Linda. All right, we're going to bring these in. And what I decided to do with these is just add a little bit of glue. Whoops, maybe a little more than that. To my center. And I don't want them to be real uniform on here. So I'm going to plop one down. The blue is going to go on the red. The red is going to go on the white, slightly off center. You know, this isn't centered here. That isn't centered there. And then we're going to put the white one down here on the blue. Maybe a little bit over there. And then we've got our USA. It would be a really good idea to use our adhesive sheets for this. But of course, you know, I can't be responsible for remembering all that. But those of you who are seasoned at using those and remembering things might consider it. What dies was the wording? That is the Thoughtful Moments hybrid. It comes with the embossing folder and the dies, I'm pretty sure. So Thoughtful Moments. And again, if you guys forget what this stuff is called and you're like, oh, what did Kelly call that? You can go to my blog and just look for a picture of these cards. That'll be right on the little thumbnails, right on the face of my blog. And it will... You can click on it to see all the details, and I'll have a complete ingredient list on my blog as to the colors of ink, the names of all the things, the names of the ribbon, the embellishments. It'll all be there for you. Okay, there we go. USA. Isn't that so cute? Okay, now we're going to bring in our Celebrate, and let's do this. We're going to offset that. Oh, I think I'm going to like that. I think I'm going to like that a lot. So let's see. Where are we going to do our glue? I don't want glue sticking out all over the place. I think right here is a good place. See what I did there? I just put the glue right down the middle and a little bit on the C. So I'm going to offset this. A little bit like that. Linda, that was a great idea. Yeah, Joan has a brag. She made her 4th of July cards a few weeks ago. Joan, I know. Just kidding. I should have. And just thought of it today. Like, what the heck was I thinking? So I should have brought my pillow in here to show you guys. I have maybe I'll go get it. It's really cute. It's in remembrance of my dad. So I'm going to put this card together and then I will go grab it. It's just down the hall. And if my husband is sleeping on it, I'll just yank it right out from behind his head because he is not supposed to touch it. I do not want his bald, stinky head on my keepsake pillow. Did I just say that? I did. You know, men's heads are really kind of oily when they're bald. Last night I ran around saying to him, "You're bald." Has anybody been watching that Balin Out Loud? Well, you have to have a pretty thick skin to watch it, so don't go there being naive or anything, but it is pretty funny, and she is the sweetest little girl. I just love watching her, but she, that's one of her things. She has Tourette's syndrome. That's one of the things she does is she just has this thing about walking up to people that are bald and going, "You're bald. You're bald." So I was doing that to him all night last night. I think he got a little annoyed with me, but not the first time. Hang on. Not the last, I'm sure. Because, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I can be kind of a handful. Yeah. I only had one old fashioned last night. It was super strong, and I thought that was just plenty for me because I needed to drive home. I probably had enough time to have two, but things might have gotten a little dicey there. So I behaved myself. Oh my gosh, look at those. I did not use these on my other card. These are called Drucy adhesive backed embellishments. Look how pretty they are. Okay, they just came in my order this week too. Here comes our super cute. I could make this a birthday card too, because I know some people that have birthdays. Well, you guys just told me who had birthdays on the 4th of July, right? But, oops. Look how stinking adorable that is. Let me show you what I did with my envelope. I've got Time to Celebrate, and that is right here in the Round We Go stamp set. And then I put some of the little fireworky deals on there. Fireworky deals. But isn't this so cute? Like, I had so much fun making this. Hip, hip, hooray. And again, I could have put happy birthday in here. All right, you guys, we're going to take a tiny little intermission. Here, I'll leave this card right here. Oh, I should show you what I did with my sample. I used rhinestones on my sample and only the silver. So that's a little contrast there. But yeah, I really like these better. What do you guys think? Which is your favorite? You tell me what your favorite is. The Drucy embellishments or the rhinestones. I'm going to go grab the pillow. Hang tight. Okay, are you guys ready? He is not sleeping, by the way. This is my dad's shirt that I made into a pillow. And one of my wonderful stamping friends has an embroidery machine. And are you on here tonight? I would like you to tell us if you are. She made this, and it says, "This is a shirt I used to wear. Whenever you hold it, know that I am there. Love, Papa." And here is my label from the inside of his shirt because I made all of his shirts. And so he had shirts for every single holiday. Halloween shirts, Christmas shirts. He had 4th of July shirts. He had, I don't think I ever made him Easter shirts, but, and then he had regular guys shirts too, but he would wear, that's all he ever wore was the shirts that I made for them. And they were always Western shirts. You can see the yokes here, always the same pattern, and I still have it. And I miss making shirts for my dad, but his birthday was July 1st, and this is my decoration for 4th of July time of year. So lots of fun there. Okay, round we go, you guys. Again, I'm going to try to design something for my next live too with this that is not 4th of July, because there are so many pretty things to make with this. I'm so excited that I've got it out. Quite frankly, it's like, what was wrong with you that you haven't used this till now? Let me put my Okay, I have another card for you. Are you ready for another one? I hope so. Oh, this is the sweet jar. So hang on, I got to get some of this stuff picked up because it's just kind of a mess in here right now. Get some of these over here. Oh, I had to make 2 envelopes because I jacked that one up. See what I did there? But, you know, post office gets them dirty going through the mail, so I'll just leave it. Yeah. It's A for effort. That's what it is. A for effort. Let me put this away. Okay. And a cherry cobbler. All right, guys. We are going to have some fun here. I have the Nested Essentials. Looking at comments, just trying to keep up. I've also got Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Azure Afternoon. Sue says her dad wore the same type of shirts, would only wear the ones my mom made. Just like my dad. Is there anything? Sue wants to know if there's anything I can't do. Sue, how long do you have? I am terrible at bowling, like the worst. I cannot shoot darts very well. I'm terrible at cornhole, that beanbag game. I'm really bad at horseshoes. What else can I do? I probably can't do a cartwheel anymore. And I'm not willing to try because, yeah, I have things happening that aren't necessarily good. Like my knees creak when I walk up the stairs. Oh, good Lord, girl. Yeah, there's lots I can't do, but I am very crafty. I can paint, I can knit, I can crochet. I'm a great sewer, a seamstress. I used to make all my clothes. I grew up out in the middle of nowhere for a very long time, and so we had to entertain ourselves. And I found my mom's sewing machine one day, and I found a half cutout pattern that she started on but never finished. And I said, Mom, can I tackle this? And she said, oh my gosh, go for it. And I did. And I was sewing ever since. So really sad that all of our sewing places are closing. That's been super sad. Okay. Walmart has fabric, but boy, that sure is no Joann Fabrics or Northwest Fabrics or Minnesota Fabrics. Oh, I love them all. I spent a ton of money. Okay. Sweet jar. This is a punch bundle. Super cute. And can I just tell you something? Maybe I'll show you. Hang on. Here it is. July 1st, you guys. July 1st, Haley's birthday. We have a brand new set coming out with her new online exclusives on July 1st called Jar of Joy. And this is Christmas. Look at that snowman. Look at the gingerbread man. So this is a bundle. Sweet jar with the punch is a bundle. This is an additional stamp set coming out July 1st that matches. And I love it when Stampin' Up! Does this. So this one, not available till July 1st, but this is available right now. And you've got hearts, and that isn't necessarily for Valentine's Day, but certainly can be, of course. So you've got 4-leaf clovers. Here we go with St. Patrick's Day, or just good luck. We've got some candies, or you can put these little dots on it and make them chocolate chip cookies. And of course, we've got the candles and all kinds of little elements and all kinds of little words. So I really love this set. So I decided that one of my grandkids just had a birthday, and we're going to be going to his birthday party soon. So I decided this card is going to be for him. I'm also using this fabulous corrugated cardboard embossing folder. This is one of our 3D folders, and I love the look of corrugated cardboard. I just think it adds an element to cards that is very kind of homemade, and I think it's pretty cool. Here comes the rest of our layers. I'm using the Essentials Baker's Twine Essential Pack. This has got the 5 different colors of linen thread or Baker's Twine in it. Linen thread, Baker's Twine, whatever. I'm going to use that. I'm also using our new patterned Brights Designer Series paper. Of course, you know, if you have the old Brights paper, it's got the same colors in it. But hang on, let's see if I can do this right. This paper is, look at those flowers. Oh my gosh, this paper is so, so pretty. I really like the patterns with this season of designer paper. Look at how gorgeous that is. Ah! Okay, so 6x6 pack. I'll stop drooling now. We don't want to get our card wet. I'm also bringing in the Happy Birthday from the Layered Thoughts. These are really big greetings, like really big. And I love big greetings too, but there's a lot of things I love, but I love big greetings. We're going to use the Happy Birthday out of this one. Our card base is the, I think you guys have told me it's azure, right? Azure. Oh, and somebody told me how to say not damask, but damask, right? Because after we got done with my last live, you guys were all saying, no, it's pronounced like this. And I'm like, I can't say it. So I went and looked it up on my computer and it's damask. No, damask. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, azure. 5.5 by 8.5. What is this now? Speech class? It is not. We are stamping. We don't care how you say it. Just make the cards, Kelly. Okay. We've got our Azure Afternoon. We've got our 4x5.25 basic white. We've got a 4x5.25 Granny Apple Green. I've got some of the Designer Series paper that is 2.5 by 5.5. And I thought I had another little piece here, but I don't see it. Good grief, Kelly, what happens to you? I'm going to pull out another piece. Yeah, I don't see it laying on the floor either, so hang tight. I want another little piece here for, yes, I'm going to grab this. Oh, that's not going to be big enough. I'm going to have to do it this way. I wanted the stripes to be up. Well, let me look. Kind of picky puss about stuff like this. What do we got there? Flowers. I don't want flowers on this card. I love the flowers, but I don't want them on this card. Okay, so let's see. I'll show you the other one. I'm going to do this one with my stripes running this way just because I don't have another piece of paper. I've used a lot of this paper. And then 5.25. So 3/4 by 5.25. There we go. That's going to go on the inside, you guys. Okay. Picky Kelly. Let's do our inside of this card first. We're going to use our Granny Apple Green. We're going with the blue and the green look for this boy card. And I am going to stamp that Happy Birthday in the green. Oh, that doesn't look like it's inked up very good. This is ginormous, isn't it? It's so big. So that way I don't have to write too much, and kids really don't give a rip what you write on the inside of their card. They want the toy or the money. I like to give candy to these boys. They're a little bit older, you know, like 10-year-olds. And I give them candy and then cash because they love their gaming and I know nothing about their gaming, and that way they can get exactly what they want. Or sports stuff. They're it's Stephanie's 2 step boys, and they are so sweet. But they play baseball, they play soccer, they play all the things. Like they're crazy about their sports. So one year I got them a whole bucket of balls so that they can just sit and hit balls out into the yard while they're practicing. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. Okay, isn't that awesome? All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to take this green layer and we are going to put it in the corrugated folder. And I want my stripes to go this way. So I am lining it up with that line on the front to make sure that it is going to be straight stripes. I don't want crooked stripes. We're going to run this through. This is a 3D folder. So again, you're going to be using just the specialty platform with your big platform on the bottom. And we're going to emboss that. And this is what we have. And now we're going to stamp. Oh, I know what I need. From our Nested Essentials, I am using the third from the smallest, 1, 2, 3 of the banner. And we're going to grab some white scraps here. Let's do that. Here's a white scrap. We're going to die cut a banner out of this. And I have one right here. I'm going to put this away so I don't lose it. We'll stamp that right away. I'm going to use my green, and I'm using Memento Black. Okay, here we go. This says, sending a little blank your way. And I'm not going to put that way at the top because I'm going to use that baker's twine at the top. Ooh, that's straight. I actually cut another one in case I did it crooked. You know, things happen. And then we're sending a little party Owen's way. Oh, my stomach is growling. Can you hear that? And I use Granny Apple Green there to do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's grumbling so loud. So we'll set that aside. Next, we're going to bring in a little bigger scrap. And I'm going to stamp my jar with the Memento Black ink. And I am going to stamp my jar lid with the Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to stamp it over here. Now, we're going to take all these little candles. There's a set of 3 candles and there's a single candle. And so I'm going to take this jar before I do any more work here, like punching it out or whatever. We're going to, whoops, let me get rid of this. We're going to stamp our candles, and I'm going to use that azure blue and the Granny Apple Green. And we're going to stamp them right in our little jar. Okay, there's that. And then a blue. And that blue fits right in between the gap there. And that's the way you can get all these multiple colors of candles. Now you have to clean this because we're going to go in different colors this time. We did green first with the 3 candles, and now we're going to do blue. And then we're going to do green on the single right in the middle. Ah, I think this is so fun. Okay, we did blue. Now we're going to do green on the 3, and they fit in here perfectly, you guys. Perfect placement, easy peasy in the jar. Look at that. And did I have an envelope? I don't think I did. Let me grab an envelope because we got to think of something to put on our envelope. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of these. I'm just going to do this. And then where did our single one go? Do you see it here? Oh, here it is. And we'll do a blue one. Just like that. Oh, you know me. I got to do it all the way. And here comes. This is so cute, right? So that's our envelope. And now we need yellow because we have some flames. And the flames are also pretty cool. I feel like I'm going to gnaw an arm off. I did eat today. Oh, I forgot to give you guys. Oh, you can't see what I'm stamping. I'm so sorry. Did you miss this whole thing? Did I let you guys miss this whole thing? Or did you see most of it? You tell me, because I'm happy to do that again. I didn't tell you guys how my diet was going. So last night at the wedding probably wasn't my best performance of dieting. But, oh, I need to do that envelope too. Where'd that go? Right here. I have lost 7 pounds so far, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Oh, you guys, I got to bring this in a little bit. You saw most of it. Okay, good. All right. Sorry about that. Darn it. Okay, so these 3 little flames fit perfectly on the 3 candles that are all in one stamp. And then we've got this one with the little rays around it that you do on that single one. So hang on, I'll hold that up in a minute. Look at how cute it is, right? Ah, so cute. Okay, so we're going to do that in here too. So anyways, I lost 7 pounds and I've been trying to stick to it, but you know what? Life is short. And when I go to things like, wedding, my mom's house, any place really, I'm better off if I stay home because I can behave myself at home. But if I go like out to something, I will eat the cake. And I am very proud to say that last time I was with Patty Skiba, who's also on my team, one of my friends. I was with Patty and Sarah. But last time I was with Patty at the wedding shower for this wedding, me and her might have eaten 4 pieces of cake. I ate 4, she ate 3 because, well, it was from our local Manderfield's bakery. And it is absolutely delightful. And we love frosting. So I have bad influences everywhere. So Tina says, are you following the diet you did before? Not really. I'm just trying to stay away from sweets. I'm not eating the Optavia snacks and stuff like that. I'm just trying to do kind of high protein, stay away from the sugar. I'm using honey instead of sugar in everything. I eat my homemade yogurt, which I've shared on my Facebook page. The homemade yogurt recipe. I made homemade granola, which has honey in it. No, maple syrup. I made it with maple syrup. Just kind of high protein, low fat, trying to stay away from the sugar, except when I go someplace. So, like I said, life is short. I am not going to take away all the fun in my life. But I did lose some weight. And I've been walking every day, Tina. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. We're punching that out. And now we're going to punch out the lid. And then I'm going to show you a shaker card that I made. And you can tell me if you like it. Here we go. Boom. Look at how cute that is, right? Okay, so here comes the rest of our card. Let's get this together. So I'm going to put the corrugated on here. Now, because this goes up and down all over, I'm going to use my glue to go across this whole kind of thing, like this way, not this way, right? Because you're going to be putting the glue in between the valleys and the mountains. You don't want it between the cracks. Crack kills. That's another thing I have to say all the time. Oh gosh, that was so funny. Okay. Not the crack kills part, but the fact that I have to say it all the time. Now, this is as wide as the card, and I just thought this was kind of a unique look, so I'm going with it. I actually made the card this way because I made it into a shaker, which I will show you. But then I decided to keep it this way when I decided to show it to you without being a shaker. Because the shaker thing was a little tricky. Not gonna lie. Okay, and here comes our little banner. And we're going to actually let our banner go up above our 2.5-inch strip of designer series paper. And I thought that was super cute. So I'm going to put this on dimensionals. Before we do that, I didn't wrap it around, so it doesn't matter. We're going to do the dimensionals. Squirrel. And yep, I'm going to do dimensionals all the way on here. I'm going to do this. And let's see, I'm not going to put that on there yet. We're going to do our little jar, and I'm going to put that on dimensionals too, because why not? Now, imagine this in just absolutely any color. Like I did Granny Apple Green as azure afternoon. You could do this in absolutely any color you want, any color combination. I think I'll put this right here. Does that look straight? Yep, looks good. Then I'm going to do this, and I'll put this on. I hope that will fit with the dimensional on it. I don't know if it will. I think I should have glued this together first is what I should have done. So hang on. This doesn't go onto the jar very far. The lid doesn't go onto the jar very far. So that's kind of why I'm waffling a little bit. I think I'll just put a little sliver from the edge of my dimensionals right there. And then I'll glue it on. A little bit of glue right here. You do better. You glue this on before you put dimensionals on the back of the whole thing with the jar there. Okay? Because that'll be that'll make your life much easier. I did pick that off, yes. Here this comes. I think I just heard Steve come upstairs, go to bed. Lucky I took that pillow out of there. It can be pretty crazy about my pillows. Like there's a no touch law in our household. He touches my pillow. Whoa. Okay, then I'm going to put this right up here. Oh my gosh. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to use my bow jig. And we're just going to tie a nice little bow. And you don't have to have one of these to tie a bow, but it makes life so easy. Just some holes with some nails. And make that nice and tight. I have a dimensional right there. It's a little hitchhiker. Ah, sorry. That was loud. Glue dot. We'll do that right there. That's why I have my sentiment down so far on my little banner, because I wanted lots of room for this. Oh my God, grief. That's so cute. Oops, hang on. I'm going to make sure that's covered. I don't want that sticking in my envelope. And there we have our super duper cute little card, you guys. Look at that. Happy birthday. Okay, now I'll show you my shaker card. I didn't do the shaker card for you because I wasn't sure that I liked it. But I like the whole color of the card, but I used cupcake sprinkles. Can you guys see those? I used cupcake sprinkles, and I just felt like it was just a little too much. But all I did was take this entire designer series paper panel, and from the back side, I punched this out. I put a sheet of acetate or transparency, whatever, right in the hole on the back. And then I put the adhesive strips around it so that I could pour the little sprinkles in, then put another sheet of adhesive of transparency. What do they call that? The clear paper on the back of that. So everything's contained in there. You don't have to worry about your sprinkles falling out. And then I put the image stamped behind it. Now, the trick is that when you punch out the jar, it punches the lid out. So how do you punch out the jar only out of this big piece of designer paper? Well, I made two lids and stacked them on top of each other to cover up the hole that was left here. Plus, I also took this piece in my designer paper. After I punched it out, I put it back in place and taped it from the back. So you can't really tell, but I know that I put it back in there. It's there. Can you see? So anyways, that's how I did a shaker. And it was just kind of complicated. And again, I wasn't sure that I liked the little sprinkles in there. So I decided that this was just stinking cute enough, but I would share this with you, that you can certainly turn this into a shaker and also share the tip. See the difference in the jar lid? I just stacked one on top of the other so that I could cover up the hole that is left when you punch it. I wish they would have put the punch off to the side so that you could, whatever. It would be complicated, and I know that, but super duper cute, right? I love this card. Okay, so we have the sweet jar. This is an online exclusive. You will not find this in the catalog. It is part of our online exclusive line. I don't know if the layered thoughts are also online exclusive. They don't have the sticker on that I had Val made for me, but I thought they maybe were. I'm not sure. Anyways, we've got that. And then, of course, the banners. Banners are great. Our 4th of July card using the Round We Go bundle. And then all of our Grow with Love cards. We will have another one on my next live. We're going to do another Grow with Love card because I made 4 of them. So I'm going to share them all with you. This bundle is on the last chance list with that cute little gift card holder seed packet die in there. So Lots and lots of fun there, you guys. Please don't forget to share this video. I always appreciate that. And of course, you can find all the information on this in a couple hours on my blog, which is flashing right across the bottom of the screen right now. I do have some mail to share with you, you guys. I got some fantastic mail. Before I get to my mail, I want to let you know my niece is getting married next Saturday. So I will be headed over to my mom's house on the latest on Friday to help out with things because we're throwing this wedding ourselves. It's going to be super duper small. It's in the chapel at the end of the road that my mom lives on out in the country where my dad's funeral service was. And then the reception is being held at the town hall that's at the top of the hill on the same road. Very small country wedding. It's going to be so pretty. But I'm going over to help with that. And I'm thinking that I just want to have this weekend for family. So I don't think I'll be live next Sunday. However, I do have projects created. I want to make another one with this one. I have this one made already. So I'm thinking that as long as I get time this week, I will create a video for next Sunday so that you guys will have a fun way to start off your week. And I won't be here live though, I don't think, unless plans change. I am planning on staying and spending some extra time with my mom. She has good days and bad days. And it seems like there's more bad days than good days. And so I just feel that it's very important that I take some time and do that. And I know you guys completely understand. You always do. You have been so gracious and generous and kind. She has told me that she's gotten some more cards and she puts them right up in front of her where she sits in her chair. And she absolutely is continued to be amazed by you guys and your stamping talent and your generosity for sharing your cards with her. So thank you very much. And yeah, exactly. Family first to a certain extent, Melanie. It depends, right? Or I'm sorry, Luann. But yeah, it's just important that I spend a little bit more time with her and help out because, house needs to be cleaned and my sister kind of has her hands full taking care of her and her kids and trying to have summer and all the things. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, Tanya lost her mom to Alzheimer's in 2011. I'm so very sorry. That's rough, right? Yep. Shelby says you definitely have to spend time with your mom while you still can. I know, right? So I talked to her earlier today and she didn't sound terrible. She did not sound great. But I know she's looking forward to spending some time over there. So I'll be there to help out. And thank you guys so much for your understanding in that. I always appreciate that too. Okay. Debbie Linder, look at what she made. She used our popcorn set. Oh my gosh. I used the set for our Stamp Happy Party Live at the beginning of this month. And a super, this was her swap for the new catalog launch. So if you guys have never joined our new product launch parties, they are super fun. And there is almost always an optional card swap. This is what you would have gotten had you joined that card swap. Like so cute, so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, Debbie. I really appreciate it. And then we have Peggy Bence. Look at this fun fold with that celebratory Sips Designer Series paper. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. Hey, thank you so much. You are so sweet. You sassy lass. I love it. This is really pretty. I love this paper. Next, we have a beautiful card from Cindy Peckett. Look how pretty this one is, you guys. Oh, I love that. Spotlight on Nature. So pretty. She got some in-color pearls for participating in the new catalog launch party. We sent those out to everybody who registered for that event. So you are very welcome, Cindy. Thank you so much for your beautiful card. And last but certainly not least is Marva Dahoney. Look at how pretty this is. Oh, gorgeous. She won a prize also. You are very welcome, Marva. Remember, if you guys would like to get a discount and have access to all of the new products that come out with Stampin' Up, you get to get your hands on them first. You don't have to worry about back orders at all. You should join my team. You get a minimum 20% discount. When we have clearance items, you also get your discount on those. When we have sales, you get your discount on those. And we do have a sale going on right now with our buy one, get one 50% off from our suites. Anything in any of our suites, if you buy one item from a suite, you can buy a second item from another suite, or the same suite, you get 50% off the lowest price item. So we have that going on right now. We also have July 16th through the 18th, our virtual album retreat, which is 2-page layouts, 12 months of them. This is a really big scrapbooking event. You get an entire kit that is absolutely amazing. If you have ever thought about scrapbooking, this is the easiest way to get into it, with a kit where everything is cut for you. They're going to have all of the layouts available for you to make them exactly as they have, or you can do whatever you want with them. Super, super fun. And don't forget that when you place an order with me, it doesn't matter how much your order is, you will get a free tutorial. The Celebratory Sips Suite is the tutorial that I used for June. There are 10 different cards in here using that with dimensions, instructions, all the ingredient list of the colors used. And that is for every single order. If your order is over $50, I have an additional tutorial. Each card in there, 12 different cards, includes a video tutorial to go with it, as well as ingredient list, pictures. So much fun. There are so many things that are included when you order from me, when you join my team, all this stuff. And I'm going to come back in here. Oh, look, there you are. I forgot that I could do that, you guys. So I'm glad to be back here with you. But just know that I probably won't be live next weekend, but I am hoping to get a video together. Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you very much. And thank you all for the cards. Thank you for spending the time with me. I just so appreciate that. You guys are the best. Stampers are the nicest people, right? So go let your creativity sparkle, stamp something, make something pretty, use a layout that I did tonight. All of these, like even this one, great layout, great layout. You don't have to have the jar stamp to be able to do that, but a great layout. You can use scissors to make a banner. You don't need the fancy, but you can definitely get it if you do in my store, right? All right, you guys, go forth and get inky. Have yourselves a great week. Again, thank you so much for spending your time tonight with me. Bye-bye.